Hello everyone and welcome to Life Transformation UK. My name is Ben and today I want to talk to you about the 4 key life areas. Now, I've spent a lot of time over the last few years working out the best way to change and transform your life, and in that time I've come across a lot of different models of the key life areas. Now, the most well used model of an entire person's life that I've come across to date is the Wheel of Life, the one that's commonly used by the majority of coaches and NLP practitioners out there to give the coach a good snapshot of an entire person's life. And I've heard of a lot of other very well thought out models as well, but today I wanted to talk about what I believe are the core life areas, so the 4 main life areas to work towards transforming. And when you've got these 4 things working at the highest possible level, then that is where true success begins to come from. So I've spent a lot of time thinking about what I would put in to a model of an entire person's life. And over a pretty long course of time, I managed to whittle it down to 4 key life areas. And those 4 areas are health, abundance, love, and freedom. Now, the closest I've heard to somebody having a model like this was in a Ty Lopez video that I watched years back, where he talks about the 4 pillars of the good life being health, wealth, love and happiness, so similar to what I'm talking about. But I didn't necessarily want to focus on this idea of wealth, the idea that you need a lot of money to be happy, because for some people that isn't an option. But at the same time, there are people out there who don't have a lot of money who are the happiest people in the world. So that's why I chose to focus in on abundance instead, and I'll go over that a little bit more in just a moment. And again, I wanted to move away from the concept of happiness as well, because it is so vague and it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and I believe the actual barrier to true happiness is a lack of freedom. So that is what I decided to focus in on as a core area of my life instead. So over the next few minutes I'm going to talk about each one of those key life areas, about why they're important, and hopefully you'll find this model and these ideas as useful as I have found them over the course of the last few years. So the first part of my particular model, which I've called the H.A.L.F Model, it's not a particularly great name, but I was just happy enough to be able to work a clever acronym out of it. But the H.A.L.F Model, so the very first part of that is health. So health is the first key core area of your life. And this covers a lot of things. It covers your physical health, it covers your energy, your mental health as well. And it ranges everywhere from your physical fitness and the kind of things that you do to make your body as healthy as it possibly can be, to diet and nutrition, the quality of the sleep that you have. All of this comes under this umbrella of health. And when you have optimized your health to the highest possible level, you're removing a gigantic barrier to success. Because if you are tired all the time, if you're stressed, if you haven't got the energy to get up and do the things that you want to do, then you won't be able to achieve your goals, you won't be able to get that success, and you won't be able to transform your life. So you need to get your entire health system as optimized as possible, and that means setting goals and intentions to eat the right foods, to work out if you have a specific workout goal in mind, to set yourself physical challenges, to overcome your mental health issues as well. So a huge issue for me in the past has been anxiety, and I worked very, very hard to get myself out of that mode and into a more psychologically healthy place. So optimizing your health, that is a huge thing that you can focus on, and it can cover a lot of smaller life areas as well. And each part of this particular model of the way that I think that life is structured, each part can be broken down into its subcomponents as well. So what I'm planning to do for a later video is actually design a wheel of life for each area of this H.A.L.F model. And so for health, it would be rating your physical fitness on a scale of 0 to 10, and then your quality of sleep from 0 to 10, your diet and nutrition, your mental health, and anything else that might come under that umbrella of living a truly healthy life. So that will be in a later video that I will be putting out hopefully in the course of this month. But I don't want to spend too much more time on this concept because there are 3 more to get through, and the next one is abundance. Now, as I've already said, I wanted to get rid of the idea of wealth and money out of my model of a truly successful life. And instead, I wanted to replace it with this idea of abundance instead. Now, abundance can be to do with money, and having an abundance of money in your life will no doubt be helpful towards certain goals. Personally, I do have a goal to be very abundant with money. I have set myself specific expectations to achieve in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years and onwards in terms of the amount of money and the abundance of money that I want to bring into my life. But for me, money is not going to be the cornerstone of abundance, because abundance can mean a lot more. And for me, abundance is all about the richness of your experiences in life rather than the amount of money that you have in your bank account. Now, money can definitely facilitate your richness of experience, but it doesn't define it. Some of the best times I've ever had in my life were times where I just went out with friends and we didn't spend any money, but we created an amazing experience for each other. Time that I've spent with my family, with my brothers and sisters, my niece and my nephew, these are the kind of rich experiences that I want to bring in more of into my life. And this also builds on the idea of health before, because if you don't have that physical and mental energy to get out there and create those amazing rich experiences for yourself, then you're going to be falling short in not one but 2 key life areas as well. And in reality, each one of these parts of this particular model all feed into one another. So having an abundance of experience, that is a huge part of this model. Because ultimately, it isn't about how much money you do have in your bank account. And it's got everything to do with the amazing experiences that you have in your life. Because at the end of your life, would you prefer to have £10 million in your bank account, or would you prefer to have lived a life full of amazing experiences with the people that you love? I'm pretty sure I know which one it would be for me, and maybe for you as well. So focus on creating an abundance in your life, not just of money, but in terms of richness of experience. The third part of this model is the idea of love, so having a life filled with love. Now, I know a lot of people who define themselves by the types of relationships that they have in their life. I've known many people throughout my time in school and college, university and onwards, and they were always moving from this relationship to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And to me, that didn't characterize what I felt love should be, because ultimately it will be the quality of relationships you have in your life that matter rather than the quantity of relationships that you have. But from what I have come to understand about this entire broad concept of love is that it isn't solely to do with the amount of romantic relationships you have in your life. Because all love has to start from within. And if you can't love yourself, then it is very difficult for other people to love you as well. And I've spoken in the past about this idea that you do have to love yourself for all of your flaws, all of your failures, and only when you have found this kind of love for yourself can you start to build external relationships filled with love also. And again, moving away from this idea of the romantic side of love, there is all types of relationships that can bring huge amounts of love and joy into your life, from the quality of your relationship with your families, your parents, your brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, your children, grandchildren, and the quality of friendships that you have in your life as well. I would not be where I am today if I didn't have the kind of high quality friendships that I was able to develop over the last few years, and they've been a huge source of love and support for me that have helped me to get to where I am today. So I would urge you to put a lot of focus on building love in your life for yourself and for others as well. And in return, you will start to receive more love from the world as well. Now, the final part of this model is the freedom aspect of it. And this, for me, is one of the most important key areas of your life, because if you are not free, you cannot be happy. If you're working a 9-to-5 job that you hate, that you dread going to every single day, then you don't have the type of freedom in your life that you want. If you're trapped in a relationship that you don't want to be in, then you do not have the quality of freedom that you need in your life. Freedom is what allows us to go out and do the things that we want to do in the world and be all that we can be. It gives us the ability to do what we want, when we want, and with who we want. And so the most important thing for me in my life right now is developing my personal freedom, my ability to do what it is that I want. And that's one of the reasons why I'm building this channel, because what I truly want to do is build a business centered around helping people to achieve their goals and transform their lives. I also want the freedom to be able to do my job from anywhere in the world and never have to worry about things like my personal finances. I want to be in a position where I can go where I want, whenever I want, and do what I want when I'm there, within reason. And so if you're not creating a massive sense of freedom in your life, then you are limiting yourself in terms of how much you can transform your life and how much you can achieve your goals. So that, to me, is why freedom is one of the most important key life areas that you could possibly focus on. And that is my entire life model theory. So there's health, abundance, love, and freedom. And when you have optimized your life in each one of those core life areas, then you can start to really achieve your goals in a huge way. You can experience massive life transformation, and you can have all the success and the happiness that you know you deserve to have. So if you found this video useful, make sure to leave a like and a comment as well. Let me know what you think of the H.A.L.F model and how it is that you're optimizing your life to be the most successful that you can be. If you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, so that you can have access to more regular content. I'm still posting every day until this 90-day challenge is complete, which will be October 13th. So make sure you stick around for more exciting and life-transforming daily content. But otherwise, I hope you have found this video useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.